Does anyone know? Excuse me. Sorry to bother you. Do you know the lady that used to live at 28?
Sorry, is that the second one along? Yeah.
28. Do you know the lady that used to live there?
No, not really. No, she kept herself to herself a bit, really.
Oh, right. I'm trying to find her for my nan.
Alright, okay.
She's an old friend of my nan's. My nan's a bit. So I just wanted to find her.
Right, okay. The only thing that I think about her maybe is that she was, I don't know exactly where she went, but some like mental health
Really?
Something, yes.
Oh, right.
What the lady, what name do you think?
Carol Woods.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's the person I'm thinking of. Yes, I think some.
Because the car's been damaged, hasn't it?
Yes.
Do you know why or?
No, I don't know anything about it, but yes, apart from that, I don't know.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
28 Fellview. So this is it. This is Carol's house. I know this is shit quality and I don't even know if I'm going to use this audio. But this is it. That's her car that's been egged and destroyed. Like, who would do that to her? It's a joke. Look what they've done to it. It's absolutely covered. You know it's Carol's hat. There's her hat. You see her hat in there? He snapped everything off. Okay, to go and walk on. If I get arrested, I get arrested. Anyone know anything? Okay. This is eerie. I've got time for iPhone to have problems. Bolts in the window, it's just nothing. There's just nothing. Scary. Look at that. Look at that. I'm definitely in the right place. I don't want to bother the neighbours. I don't know. Carol Woods. Where's that phone in there? Hello, you okay? I came to check on it, it's Jordan.
Oh, blimey!
I got the train just as soon as I heard. I want to make sure you're okay. Are you okay with the camera being on?
Yes, fine.
Everyone wanted to work, everyone's so worried about you.
Well,
Sorry. Oh, backpack. You okay?
I'm not so bad. It was a bit fraught.
No worry.
Tidying some paperwork up. Right, well, I'll make you a drink.
You don't have to.
Yes, I do. You've come all this way.
What happened to your car?
It was just vandalised to such an extent that it had to be written off.
I know, I
We
got
smashed all the windows.
this time.
No, this was the second time. Yes.
Because I came up with a new wiper. I meant to bring my wiper with me, but I lost it on the way. I left it at the train station. Oh, no worries. I wear this. You got your books then?
Yes, I did, thank you, yes.
I spent a fortune.
Yes, you must have done. Right, come on, sit down. What would you like to drink?
Oh, I'm not bored.
Go on, you can have anything you like. I've got these coffee.
Oh, I think that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. I was just starting to read one of them.
No, everyone online is like worried that you haven't got any food or.
No, I'm not too bad. Do you want a sandwich or something?
No, I'm fine, honestly.
Well, it came as a real shock. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
I was being discharged.
How come?
Well, I really don't know. I really don't know. The only thing I can think, CQC were in last week.
Yeah.
Well, they insisted on interviewing me.
Oh, right.
And then they said afterwards, they said what a pleasure it had been to meet me.
Yeah.
And the only thing I can think of it was something to do with them coming. Plus pressure being put on them from other people.
Yeah.
You know.
I phoned the other day and they told me you wasn't in.
Well, they've been telling people all sorts of rubbish. They told people that Carol Woods has free communication with everybody. She has correspondence in and out, blah blah blah. And
Yeah.
you know, it's just not true.
I know.
And they're still on about that warrant, which doesn't exist.
Yeah. They don't need one though, do they?
Well, they do if they say they've got one.
Yeah, but they can do it without.
They can do it without, but the fact was they came here, they said they had a warrant. And because of that warrant, I had to go to the orchard. And I mean, the only reason I went, I really thought that they'd say, oh, there's been a mistake.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I shouldn't have gone. I should have just sat
spoke
tight.
to your neighbour that over there.
Oh yeah, bad news. They are.
I've got a video of her on YouTube saying that you kept yourself to yourself.
I do try to keep myself to myself.
And you were no trouble.
No.
That's
No.
what she says.
Yes.
I came here before. I hope you don't mind.
No, not at all. No, I'm glad somebody did because it's kept them all away. I thought they'd start pestering as soon as I came back, and there's been absolutely nothing.
My phone's being funny. Oh, wrong account, that's why. Yeah, 'cause I came and the video when I spoke to you through the window,
Yes.
that got 1,300 views.
Brilliant. Well, that sends them into a frenzy.
Me speaking to you.
But it was. Well, I don't know. I think it was something to do with CQC.
Yeah.
But there was pressure from, you know, various people. And CQC were really interested in the protesters.
I know, I've had the police come round mine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was on the way to see my nan, going out for a meal together and they drove me to a police station.
Yeah. I mean, that's just what it's like. I mean, it's like this whole country. It's all the police are told, being Carol Woods. Because
I didn't, when I came here last time, I was followed by a van.
yes,
It was circling, watching me.
yes. Well, that's how I've lived.
Yeah.
All the while I've come in. Woman across the road,
Mm-hmm.
she's been doing a share of harassment.
Oh shit.
Yes. Like one night,
Do you want me to get all this on video?
well, one night I was sat in there quietly and I thought, I'm sure I can hear somebody in my front.
Mm.
And when I went out to the front, where all my plant pots are underneath the front window, her husband stood there, leaning up against my window using his mobile phone.
Mm-hmm.
The pretense is that because the signal's coming from here, that it's my mobile phone, that I'm
Right.
using his. So I opened the door, went out, and he ran away. The next day,
I can get you a camera for the outside the door. I've got one at home.
well,
Do you want a camera? I'll bring it up. I can come back tomorrow if you want me to.
you can't keep trailing up and down.
I've got a friend gonna take me tomorrow, Andy Devine.
Oh yes,
He lent me £120 so I could come in today.
did he?
Yeah.
Well, I managed to send out a few letters yesterday.
Yes, I got mine this morning.
Right, yeah, just to say I was out. I sent Andy, now did you take milk and sugar?
Yes, please.
What sugar do you want?
Brown if you've got it.
I've got brown.
So you got out yesterday then?
Gone out yesterday.
So if you still got you some food and stuff?
No, what they did, when they knew I was coming out,
Right.
they exercised a bit of discretion and sent me down to Sainsbury's with a staff member.
But you had your purse, two please. You had your purse stolen, didn't you?
Sorry?
You had your purse stolen?
Yes, but there's only £15 in it.
Oh, okay.
I didn't keep all my money
Yeah.
in my purse. I kept it in my bag. And I only had a little bit in my purse. I don't know why, it was just a routine of mine.
Well, they wouldn't, when I was in there, because I was section as a kid, they wouldn't let me keep anything in my room.
Well,
No money.
they didn't know I had it.
Yeah.
Because when I was with a staff member who took me to the bank, I said I've got to go to the bank, I've no money. He always waited outside everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
He said to give me some privacy. Really decent bloke, but he was from the automotive department. He wasn't a nursing member.
Yeah.
He was a really decent bloke. So of course I could withdraw what I wanted. He didn't know I got it. I never told them, never asked them to look after it. But leaving, I said, I'm sure you've got some more stuff of mine. I've just posted off today
Mm-hmm.
a DVD.
Oh, you didn't have to do that.
Well, he said you'd like your return.
No, the reason why I said that, it was a blank DVD for you. Because you know your information on your laptop?
Yes.
I wanted you to copy it to that.
All right.
Send it, but I couldn't write that in the letter in case they read it.
Okay, well, they read everything.
So I tried to be really careful how I wrote that.
Right.
Yeah, it was blank. I printed it at home.
Sit down. You can use
You
that.
sure?
You can use that little table. Yeah.
I can't believe I'm here.
No, neither can I.
Sorry.
It's marvellous. It's
I
marvellous.
never thought I'd get to eat. Yeah, I got you writing paper, more stamps, the last order. I
Yes.
sent you the list, didn't I, if you got the
Yeah.
list?
No, I haven't got a list.
Oh, I sent you a letter the other day with it all on.
No, I didn't get that.
I sent it you Monday, I sent it recorded.
Well, when I left, they gave me a parcel that
Right.
they'd signed for in January.
Oh, right.
They're just not giving me everything that I've been.
My phone's not
Sent.
working in here.
No, it probably won't do. It's a really bad signal
Yeah.
area.
No, it's not. But I sent one recorded the other day. I think it was Monday I sent it.
Well, I've said to them, what happens to mail now that I'm not here?
Yeah.
And they said they'll send it on to me, unless it's a parcel, in which case they'll write and I'll have to go and collect it.
Right. If you need anything, let us know.
I will do, thank you.
Everyone,
Yes.
there's a big group of us. It's not just me.
Yes, there is a big group. I've just got the bike outside.
Oh, right.
Because it's too big to come inside.
Yeah.
But that's in lieu of, it was another woman who was in the hospital, and she kept telling me about this bike she had for sale, and so I said, well, I'll buy it off you, and it's a nice looking bike.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if I regret buying it or not, but I thought, well, because I've no transport at the moment.
Well, we can get you a car.
Yes, but when I can get a car,
You need a licence.
I need another licence.
Yeah. We can do that, can't you?
Yeah, but now it might be more difficult, because now if I do an up-to-date health thing, because of my age, I've got to say that I've been in there and sectioned.
I don't think it's normally about physical conditions, not mental.
Yes,
normally.
yes, usually about physical condition. Well, there's nothing wrong with me physically. So
Well, my driving test has been cancelled.
Has it?
Yeah, they're not doing any for 3 months.
Because of all this Brexit, coronavirus. If it's not Brexit, it's this, isn't it?
And it's funny that how the news went from Brexit to Corona.
Yes, immediately.
It's remarkable. I think I set up about 2 today.
You did do?
Yeah. In Birmingham, it's about 3 hours.
Yes, it must be. Yes. Did you get straight through?
I got the train and then a taxi.
Right.
Well, a taxi, a train and a taxi. Normally I can get the bus, but up here it's a bit rural.
Well, it is. I mean, I went out on the bus today for the first time, and I can read bus timetables, so I was right. I mean, it was just guesswork. But
Well, they're only every hour now.
Yes.
Because of the coronavirus.
Everything's cut back.
To Sunday service, I think.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was the only person on the bus. Nobody's going out.
I was the only person on the train.
What? Yeah.
Yeah. In the carriage I was in.
Blimey. People are taking it seriously, aren't they?
I've been told. People were saying people might get fined if they go outside.
Well, it's...
They're talking about £1,000 fine if you don't have a reason to be outside.
Well, you can always think of a reason, can't you?
Well, you've got to have a proof.
Yeah. Yes, but I mean, just to get to the shops or something. But I mean, I thought, well,
There's nothing in them.
No, there was nothing much in Sainsbury's today. I went, and it was only about 3 o'clock, but there was nothing much left.
No.
Are you sure you don't want anything to eat?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. I've got dinner at home. I was cooking dinner, and then Andy said to me, I'll send you the money, because I was going to come up with my friend tomorrow. He was going to drive me. I tried to find your number on the phone book, but I couldn't find it.
No, there isn't one.
No, I tried to find it. I've got my computer with me. I've got all the paperwork about your house and stuff on it. I've done everything I have.
Well, everything's really poor around here.
Yeah. That should be on the computer though, it's not the internet.
All right, just like a word, something.
Yeah, because I went to the land registry.
Yes.
And I've got the transfer documents, the TR1 forms.
Ah, right. Because they've been changed.
What
at least
happened
5
is,
times.
I questioned on the website, and they said that cherry trees had been sold twice. And then I phoned them up, and they said it had been sold 4 times.
That's it. It's actually 5 times.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is, and the same people are still in it.
I know.
And nobody can buy or sell it because I've got the title deeds.
It's crazy. I forgot. I didn't bring my scanner with me today, so I can't scan anything that you've got.
Not to worry.
I can come back to any time when you want me to.
Well, it's a long way to come. I mean,
Just don't worry about it. Carol wants everything. You've got a folder on my computer. Right, we're in. Where's the land registry? There we go. So we have. They sent me a letter. This is just nothing. There's nothing on this one because I requested the documents.
Yes.
And then this is cherry trees.
See, Judith Perella, she's the person who's supposed to be in there, but she's also known as Carol Woods.
Right. So this was the first one I requested. This was like £7. This is just like the property map of it. This is nothing really important. And then this is the transfer document. that they faked when you are meant to have sold it in 2009
Yes.
to Judith.
Yeah, well, that's a joke.
You know, this is it.
That doesn't marry with any of the documents I've got,
No.
because I still own it in April 2009.
But I've got an email, I'm sure, that they said it was a different date as well.
Yes, they have.
Yeah.
They kept changing the dates.
But this is about the freehold of the property, and it says it was transferred for that much money.
Where did the money go? I mean, it was
It
worth
doesn't
250,000.
But it says it's 180.
Yeah, because they knocked 70,000 off wrecking it.
I've got the copies of these at home, the originals. I should have brought them with me, but I was in such a rush. Is that supposed to be, that's Judith's signature? So where's your signature?
Well, it's not on, is it?
No.
And Clark Mares, I went to see them. I've been to see them twice. They have never heard of me. They knew nothing whatsoever about that house.
Well, I can come with you and get it on video. I've got secret video stuff as well, if you ever need it. Underneath your badge,
Yes.
I've got a secret one.
Oh, brilliant.
Don't worry. We can get them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did look into this straight away. What else have we got? This was another title. That's the same title, dude. This was when you brought it, apparently. Was it 2003?
No, I bought it 1998.
Yeah, they're saying you brought it in 2003.
Yeah, well, I didn't. It was 1998.
Yeah, it's crazy.
There's nothing.
From Ashley Welsh. You know?
No, that's my daughter.
Transferred entry in the register. Is this you selling it then?
No, I transferred it to Ashley in Ashley's name. When I'd won the first tribunal, which decision was altered, I was going to go to New Zealand for a while, because I've been to New Zealand, and I was going to go back to New Zealand for a while, so I put the title for safety into Ashley's name.
This is when you did this then?
That was when I did that.
Yeah.
But she couldn't sell it or anything. It was just so that if anything happened to me, it would just make everything a lot easier. It's a Gail Capstick. Grace Woods. Yes, that's right.
Yeah, so that's right.
Yes, that's correct.
Is this everything? That's when you did this. What's this one? This is when Judith transferred it after from her and her husband to just her.
No, she's not married.
I worked for the Tom at the Land Registry.
Well, she's a lesbian.
Well, this was transferring from those two just to Judith.
Well, it was never. I've no idea who this person is, but the person is Tracy Kennedy, a police officer.
Well, this is what it says. I paid for all this. This was like £20. I'll bring the original for next time. I was in a rush. But yeah, it's transferred just to her, because she said on the phone on the land registry, which I forgot to record, stupid me, that they were married, and she probably transferred it after a breakup.
No, because the partner is Tracy Kennedy, who's
Look,
a
the
police
price
officer.
has gone down again.
Yes. See, none of it adds up.
No. That's all.
So I've got photographs of Tracy Kennedy coming out of my house.
This is found you again, isn't it? This is what I requested originally. Let me open that properly. It's meant to be all transfer times. There's another one in 2000. This for here? Or this? Yeah. This is fell you. I wanted to check what they've done with you on that. Where's the email I got from them? It's not organised, this lot isn't. This is when you brought it, weren't it? It was on the estate agent's website.
Yes.
These are off their website. This was on Rightmove. Yeah. got quite a lot of stuff.
You have got a lot of stuff. You've got more than I have, perhaps. But
It's
Tracy
taken me a
Kennedy
while.
claims to be a police officer.
Right.
They're partners.
Right.
Now, Tracy Kennedy,
Right, this is from the land registry. This is when they said it's been transferred, according to them. They said it's been transferred these 3 times.
well, that's ridiculous, isn't it?
98, that's when you got it.
That's when I bought it.
That's when you transferred it to your daughter.
Then I transferred it to my daughter.
That's when she stole it, and that's when she gave it just to herself.
Yes. Right, well, the story is, and these are the facts.
Yeah.
She lived in a house on 29 Blade Street, Lancaster. Now, Blade Street is a street where everybody starts off because they're really cheap houses. It's a very mixed population. A lot of Asians live, and a lot of people don't want to live there. But anyway, so it's like a street which is very well known for its problems.
Yeah.
And cheap housing. Now, Pirelli started to tell people that she knew were friends of mine that she was going to be buying my house when it was boarded up,
Right.
after it had been wrecked. And she said, from a management group. So we said, well, who the hell's a management group? Anyway, living in Blade Street from 2007 was Tracy Kennedy. Tracy Kennedy had lived there in secret because she was hunted all over the country for debts. She's never been a police officer, but I've got a formal court document that states she's a police officer. She isn't a police officer. I refer to her as a police officer because it upsets them greatly. Right, so Tracy Kennedy was living in hiding in Blade Street. Everybody knows everybody in Lancaster. It's a very incestuous place. Nothing gets past anybody without it being known. So then she sold her house, Blade Street, to buy mine. But she couldn't afford mine because Blade Street, being the street it is, it's cheap properties. So she couldn't afford mine. And bearing in mind that she'd never had a job, and neither had Tracy Kennedy, never worked. Anna Judith Pirelli actually lived on a bit of money that her mother left her when she died. So they'd no real income between themselves apart from job seekers or whatever they were claiming. But Tracy Kennedy wasn't claiming anything because she'd disappeared. She'd chosen to disappear because of all the debts that she had. So Pirelli bought my house in her own name. But my big question was, well, how? Because she can't afford it. So I went to her house to find the people who bought it from her. Very nice couple, an ethnic couple, very nice, and they invited me around at Christmas because they don't celebrate Christmas. So this was Christmas 2009. So they didn't celebrate Christmas, so it was no problem for them to invite me round. And I went round with Ashley. And they showed us all the paperwork and they showed us round. The house was absolutely immaculate. It was beautiful. But they said, now Pirelli had at least 3 neighbours complaining about her because she lived in a self-made slum. She's right, they're a scruffy pair. So the man in her house, he said, they never believed that Pirelli bought my house because she must have been the same way she was going. He said because she couldn't afford it. So he showed us all the paperwork, and the strange thing was that solicitor on there from Newcastle that you showed me, the Mayor's, Susan Mayor's one.
I'll give you all this eventually.
Yeah, she's not named. Susan Mayor's is not named on any later documents.
This is the one, isn't it?
Yes, right. So Clark Mayor's is not named on the documents. So the people who bought Pirelli's house said they thought it was strange. They said because when you buy and sell a house, or sell and buy a house, you usually get one firm of solicitors to do everything for you. And they said they couldn't understand why Pirelli had different solicitors for different transactions. So they also said before they could live in it, they had to have it fumigated. Now that's complies with what neighbours had said about the state of the property that they'd left behind. So they had it fumigated before they moved in, and they'd made it absolutely immaculate. So all of a sudden it was worth a lot more money. So in 2016 I decided to go back and see if they'd let me see the paperwork again. And a different couple was in, just a white couple. And I said, well, how long have you lived here? He said, oh, we bought it in 2009. I said, you did not. I said, another couple had it in 2009. I said, they were an ethnic minority couple. I said, and they didn't celebrate Christmas because they invited me round at Christmas. Because I wasn't interrupting anything. So what they'd done, they'd persuaded this ethnic couple to move out, however they'd done it, or whether it was just coincidence they'd moved out. But anyway, they'd moved out. Well, of course, the house then is worth considerably more than what Pirelli sold it for. Well, that means it's more likely a price where she could afford my house, which was why she said she didn't buy my house till long after that she had, because she couldn't afford it at first. But if she only sold her house after it had been renovated a year later, then she's looking more likely to be able to buy my house.
Yeah.
So that's what they've done. That's what this fraud involves: paying people to move in and out, and falsifying all the land registry records.
Yeah.
But this solicitor has never heard of me and my house.
I think I've got a screenshot of the website somewhere. I don't know if I can find it. I've done a lot. It's not very organised. I've got a lot of room. Not a lot of room on my computer. I don't think I've got it. I was trying to look for the house, you see.
Yes.
I've done a lot of digging. Those are what I say.
Is there a named person at land registry, Ray Green, that you've dealt with?
I don't think I have. I phoned up twice. I don't remember who I spoke to, and I should have noted it down because it was the first. And when I got involved, I didn't realise how serious it was.
Yes.
I was just casually looking, and now I've made some mistakes. I know I should have done things differently. These are the forms I had to fill in. Where was it? 'Cause I've had property reports done and everything, trying to find out more information.
Well, the other thing was, hips were a legal obligation at the time
So
my house
if you
was
look-
sold.
The property reports show when you moved in there,
Yes.
and then they show the 2000. This shows 2009. Doesn't show the 2003 stuff. So every single company you get your paperwork from
Yes.
shows something slightly different.
Yes, I know.
Because I paid, this was about £20. This report was another one. This is just off some random estate company.
But you see, according to Cumbria Properties, who now...
Because this has only got these ones.
Yes.
But if you look at the email, where's the email going? Where's the email? Got so many things up. Oh, I can't find it. This is the email. They're missing out the 2003 one.
Yes.
So they can't get it right.
No, they can't get it right.
There's no 2003 there.
No, they can't get it right. Because they will also be puzzled, thinking, well, what on earth is going on?
Yeah.
Now, Pirelli started to say that she was buying my house at the end of 2008.
Right.
And on Boxing Day, Cumbria Properties, who were selling it, had it in their window with under offer. And I took photographs of it all. Now, David Carter, who's the manager of Cumbria Properties, has since said that he had nothing to do with it.
Oh, right. Mad, I don't know how you managed to know or keep all this information.
Well, I suppose when you live it.
Yeah. I must have it on another hard drive, sorry. I am listening. Easy care plans. On YouTube. When I came to your house, This is what your car looked like.
Yes, that's right. They put. What
So I
is
got
it?
you a new wiper, but I left it at the train station earlier on.
Yes, well that was worse than when I'd seen it. I knew
Right.
they'd pulled the wipers off,
That's
and I knew
the
they'd
front.
pulled the number plates off.
They knew it was yours because of your hat.
Yes.
I think this is the video of me going in. So
That's it.
your car was covered. This is when I spoke to your neighbour.
Yes.
Excuse me. Sorry to bother you. Do you know the lady that used to live at 28?
Pretend like an
Yes.
28. Do you know the lady that used to live there?
No, not really. No, she kept herself herself a bit, really.
Alright, I'm trying to find her for my nan.
An alibi.
Right, okay.
She's an old friend of my nan's a bit. That's why you find her.
Right, okay. The only thing that I think about her maybe is that she was, I don't know exactly where she went, but some like mental health help.
Really?
I think, yes. What the lady? What name do you think?
Carol Run.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the person I'm thinking of. Yes, I think something.
Because the car's been damaged, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know why or?
No, I don't know anything about it, but yes, apart from that, I don't.
Okay, thank you.
You see how careful she was with her
Yes,
words? She
yes.
didn't get a sentence out. She
Yes,
couldn't say
yeah.
anything.
No, they've all joined in.
It's covered in acid.
Yes, I know. They've all joined in.
So this is it.
But it was really dark when I came last
This
time.
is Carol's house.
I just wanted everyone to know you're okay.
Yes.
So what I thought they were going to do, because my friend's a houseman enforcement officer, I thought they were going to take all your stuff.
So did I.
So
I've been worried to death, honestly.
I know
thought that's
I literally, the other day, I've got a camera and I was going to put it outside and I got some Wi-Fi, you know, those Wi-Fi boxes.
Yes.
I got a phone, one of those, and I was going to put it in the flower pot.
Alright.
And I've got it all planned to spend a fortune on stuff, but I didn't want to get arrested.
No, unfortunately, most people that support me get arrested at one point.
But that's the state of it. Because
Yeah.
Andy got your new wipers on the front,
Yes.
because they were on the back seat.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, you got theirs on the back seat. Well, on the way up today, I'm not lying. I literally lost it at the train station. If we look at my pictures, I had it in my bag there, ready to go,
Alright.
and I left it at the train station. Where is it? Me on even then taxi with it,
Oh, what a shame.
and I left it there. I got your new number plates, but they wouldn't give them me because I didn't have the paperwork.
No, that's right. That's right.
But I found another company on eBay to do it, but I had no money. I had 47p left before Andy gave me the money today. Andy sent me that.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I'm going to pay him back on Monday.
Well, what I was worried about when I first went in there,
Yeah. Well, I got some signal.
they just said you won't be going back to Fellview, and I said, "What's you talking about?" Right, now this is where it gets complicated, because the previous tenant was an elderly lady,
Mm-hmm.
and she died after being bullied.
Right.
Right?
Do you recognise that van?
Oh, I'm not sure.
He followed me.
Yeah, he probably
He went
did.
up and down. And then when he sat there waiting as I was
Yes.
walking down,
Yes.
he pulled up. And I didn't move from there. I pretended to have a phone call and got a taxi.
Yes,
I wasn't going to go any further.
yes,
Because I had that camera on and this camera on.
yeah.
If you watch the video in full, you don't have to obviously now.
But that's the sort of behaviour that I experience day after day.
Yeah, if you skip forward, where was it? I think I was in your house at this. Where was it? He went past and down
Yes,
a few times. I pretended to knock on and everything, and I think, where's that? It went past about here, and it went past again. It's ever so weird. There we go, that's the
yes,
van.
yes.
I couldn't look too paranoid though.
No,
I have to be very careful.
I know.
And then later on, he's there. This is down the bottom of that street.
Yeah.
He'd come that way. Why would he pull up and stop there?
Well, because he was watching.
The taxi driver that took me, I told him about you.
Yes.
Weirdly, for no reason, came back 10 minutes later after dropping me off. He knew everything about you. He said he'd looked it up on his phone.
Yes.
Within 10 minutes he knew everything.
Yes.
I don't believe that. And why did he come back to get me?
Yes.
I didn't even phone him. He
No.
pulled up alongside.
I've had a lot of trouble with taxi drivers.
I think this is... Where did he pull up? I might have edited it out. I walked down a little bit. And I didn't call the taxi. Yeah, I ended it, but I have got the full footage. I keep everything. I keep all the footage.
Well, it's... They never thought I'd be returning. Now, when I was detained, they wouldn't let me come home for any clothes or anything. She actually sent somebody out to buy me stuff.
Why?
Well, that's what I couldn't understand. But then I found out that I was never going to be expected to be coming back here. They wanted
This
me...
was it. He just randomly pulled up.
Oh, yeah, you don't suppose you remember the firm? Was it 32090?
He's the one at the train station. You should see it in a minute. I was just walking down the street. And there he is.
You
Yeah.
that station? Yeah.
It's 108 it says on it. Yeah.
So for whatever reason, I was never going to be coming home.
No.
And this is all to do with the elderly lady who was here before me. And I'm not sure, I can't get to the bottom of what went on there. But I know when I asked her, the woman you spoke to across the road, when I moved in, I asked her about the old lady in here.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, you know, has she been taken away to a home? And she said, oh, we don't know. Well, she was an elderly, very elderly old lady, a very elderly lady, lived on her own, yet nobody seems to have been able to, and nobody seems to have done anything for
Look
her.
how careful she was with her words when I spoke
Wasn't she?
to her.
Yes, yes, she was, wasn't she? Yes, that's Suzanne Jarvis.
But I was using the cover story that my nana,
Yes,
that
yeah,
you're an old
that's a
friend
good
of my nan's. But when I passed my test, me and my nan were going to come back and do those two. I'd pulled my horn and dragging her into it.
But then they said, right, well, they wanted me in sheltered accommodation, and I said, I'm not going to sheltered accommodation because they can keep their eye on you much more
I
closely.
know, I've been in it.
And but she said, you won't be going back to Fellview. And I said, well, like, what about moving stuff? And I thought they're going to
I don't understand why it's right.
I know.
Real.
I know that's
They've admitted it.
yes, I know. That's I mean, this is what I feel so frustrated about, that they know everything that's
The
right.
Magic Care Plan typed up rather than
Yes.
the scan if it opens.
Well, she's left now, Liz Baines.
This is the original that's
Yeah.
just been typed up.
Liz Baines was a real bad piece of bad news.
It says the delusions have been. What did it say? Yeah, she's a victim of mental health. Yeah. Good in her life, as she was when she was a whistleblower. Real life events. That was it.
Yes.
From real life events as a whistleblower of the authorities. They admitted it.
Yes. And yet they still carry on and pretend that everything's a delusion.
How can you be delusional if it's real?
Well, I'll show you. What have I got here?
Oh, you don't have to.
I took this in to, let me just see.
Do you need anything going forward anyway? Because everyone's going to be asking me.
Like what?
Any items or people or anything you need, anything. I can come back tomorrow or next week at any point. I can bring a scanner if you want me to scan everything.
Right, let's just see. Right, this was the first time they pulled this stunt. This was because I'd won a court hearing and a big case in the London High Court. So I disappear off the street and I'm driven round. I'm left in a police station. I've no idea where I was. Somewhere in London, and then I was dumped in a mental hospital. Thinking, how the hell am I going to cope with this? They spent 3 weeks trying to persuade me to admit myself, and I just flatly refused.
I know, I listened to that
yes,
video.
Right. Well, there we are, you see. No diagnosis, nothing's applicable.
How?
No medication, nothing's
Can I take a
applicable.
photo?
Yeah, of course you can.
I'll bring the scanner back at my next time. What I'll do, I can put it on here, I can scan it.
So that was the first one.
This is like a really clever scanning app. There we go.
And this is why the warrant's important. Because it says here, circumstances leading to detention. But on being shown the warrant, she opened the door and let the team in.
Alright. Do you mind?
No, not at all.
I'll
shown
scan
any
all this
warrants
next
at all.
time. Or if you want me to bring a scanner, keep it safe.
Yes,
But
yes.
I know your video with Kelly Cofton in 5 years ago.
Yes.
You had your wicker bag with you with copies of paperwork. And you said that these
Yes.
aren't the only copies and you have to keep them with you at all times.
Yes.
Well, I've been trying to get hold of them so they couldn't. Because I thought what the plan was. I thought that they got you away so they could take everything from here.
That's what they were going to do.
That's why I don't want you to be the only one that has these.
Yes. That's exactly what they were going to do. And that's why I was a nervous wreck, because I
Well,
thought...
I spent £300 on a scanner.
Well, I thought, without my documents, nobody would believe a word of what I said.
I've got a proper document scanner. It's meant to be in an office. I couldn't bring it tonight, it was too big. But I will bring it next time if you want me to.
Right, this is the best one. So 2010 failed. 2011 they did it again. Again, another 3 weeks, but they were moving me around
Got a
hospitals.
big scanner.
Brilliant.
It can scan like 300 pages a minute. Double-sided.
Right, so this is 2011.
Right.
And they were moving me around different hospitals, and then I found out why, because there was no consultant psychiatrist. In other words, nobody actually spoke to me. So then I end up in Ridgeley. Ridgeley doesn't exist anymore. It is what the Orchard took over when Ridgeley closed.
Right.
So this is the date of this report, the 19th of August 2011, because I was going to be in front of a tribunal.
So this hasn't got, well, I've got your name on it.
Yes.
We're trying to work out who's that one where. CD, the soy milk, the tea bag, more writing paper, pens, more writing paper, they got you all these books.
Yes, I've got all of them.
So you got everything?
Yes, I've got everything.
Oh, good.
They were given to me.
Did these ones come yet? Because it says up to the 25th.
Yeah, no, I've got them.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Good. Where's your windscreen marker I ordered? I did order it. That was the mental health factor got you.
Yes, brilliant.
And that was your wiper that I lost at the train station.
Do you want another drink or anything?
No, it's alright. I don't want to keep you too long anyway. I know you've had a long day.
Well...
I just wanted to make sure you're okay, because people were like, I don't believe it till I see it.
Yes, yes. Well, I've felt a lot better, and I'm still a bit stunned, and I'm still a bit afraid of the knock at the door when they come and say, "Oh, it's all been a mistake. You've got to come back." But
I just wanted you to know that we're all here for you if you
yes,
need anything.
yes, I know. Yes.
And we don't want you on your own anymore.
No, I don't want to be on my own anymore. They've made me this time. It's made me so nervous, or not nervous, anxious about the powers that they have, because all this was done on absolutely nothing at all. They didn't even have that warrant. On being shown the warrant, she opened the door and let the team in. I opened the door to ask to see the warrant. So the warrant is an issue, because then the matron actually typed up what she said was a warrant. I said, you can't type up a document and say it's a court document. So I'm still flogging.
But for now, keep your head down.
Oh yes, too
Don't
right.
say anything to anyone. I won't post any of this online. I'll tell the people that want to know that you're okay.
Yes.
But I won't mention any of the activism side of it.
No.
Because they're just going to use this.
Yes.
They say it's a real act.
Well, she says in there that I found it embarrassing and humiliating, and I said to her, "Why did you write that?"
I didn't read that bit.
She's put it in there somewhere.
Where is it? This is how it's scanned. I don't know. I'll have a look for it.
Well, you'll see it in there somewhere.
Yeah. Because this is, I paid someone to type everything up.
And, oh yes, she said, and it's
So that's the original.
and it's a form of harassment. And I said to her, I said, well, that's not true. I said, it's not harassment at all. And actually, I wrote a reply to it. I thought, she's not getting away with, I'm not just saying, and I wrote my reply to it saying, this is not harassment of me, and emotionally and psychologically it's doing me the world of good. I am not embarrassed or humiliated. I welcome everything that's being done. So,
have you got any credit on your phone?
yeah.
Right.
But it's, the signal's poor. It's a new phone. I've just bought it.
Okay.
Now then, what have I done with it?
That's it there, isn't it, on the seat?
Oh yes.
Is that the old one?
So I've just got this. I wish I'd have got a better one.
I'll get you a better one. When I get paid tomorrow.
No, you
On
shouldn't.
Monday.
You shouldn't keep spending your money like that.
It's fine. My life has basically been taken over with protesting and activism, and it's just, that's it. What's your number on that one?
Right. Hang on.
Glasses on your head.
Yes, I'm not looking for my glasses. I'm looking for
My nan
diary.
does that. I don't know if you want me to leave you to settle in, but when you want me to, I'll just photograph it and I won't lose it.
So how are you getting back?
Taxi, train and taxi.
Well, is there going to be a train?
Yes, they're running every hour. I can't stay too late tonight.
Right.
They're running every hour.
You sure you don't want another drink or anything?
I don't want to. Yeah, they're running every hour.
Oh, that's okay then.
So I can't. As long as I don't. That's the last train. Because that won't be 9 o'clock at morning next day. That's the last one I can get.
Right.
It wasn't cheap getting here. Because Andy gave me the money, so it was a taxi, train, and then another taxi. But my money goes in on Monday. Because I'm in my overdraft drastically. Yeah, I've got that much left. That'll get me the 2 taxis home.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it far from the train station when you get back?
Oh no, it's not too far. I might be able to get the bus if they're running. But I don't think they are. It only takes about 2.5 hours to get there.
Yeah, it's not too bad from Birmingham, is it?
Let me have a look. It is. It loads, it's a bad signal.
It's shocking the signals out here.
You have a
Absolutely.
landline then?
No.
No, they cut that off, did they?
Yes. I mean, I'll show you this, right? Come with me. I'm all right.
I've got a torch.
Put your torch on.
Why have you got no light?
Because it was all lighted up to number 26 on the right side. Right.
Right.
This wiring here.
Yeah.
It's live.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So it's wired up and it comes out in this area here.
Right.
So she's showing the cobwebs.
But there's nothing there,
There's
is
nothing
there?
there, is there?
Well, there's this cable here.
No, that's the old phone line.
Where did that go?
That goes up into the loft.
You've got a loft there?
Yes.
Right, if you need, right, I mean anything, if you need anything, if you want me to go up the loft next time,
Well, I bought some ladders to try and get up into the loft.
well, I don't
Well,
mind
that's-
going up tomorrow or another day or anything.
Well, that's how.
Like, I've always said they can only kill me once, and I'm not scared of that.
Well,
I've already had counter-terrorism police speak to me. I went to a freedom of speech protest, and they had counter-terrorism speak to me about it.
that sounds about right. But no, all that wiring, that goes up into my loft.
I don't mind going up.
She next door, she was running a TV set,
Yes, I've read that.
right? And they, in there, were running the lights.
So that doesn't turn on?
No, I've no lights. I've just got these two lamps.
Right. So why do you... Is that a panic alarm? Sorry, do you
No,
have one?
the bed was facing that way. This is how I found out. The bed was facing that way.
Yeah.
And at night, we used to pull the cord.
No, there's no bolt though, is there?
No, don't ring now. No point.
No.
I used to pull the cord to activate and deactivate the light whilst I was in bed.
That one.
And I could hear it always coincided with putting the TV set on. And then I realised the TV set was actually in my loft. And I was putting that on.
It's the crack down there.
Yeah,
Is that where they feel it from the rock?
probably. But this wiring said everything.
Well, I'll go up.
Well,
When you want me to come back, I'll go up and I'll do it.
I bought a pair of ladders to try and get up myself and I couldn't get up.
Well, I don't mind.
Well, I don't know what it's like up there.
You want to look now?
Well, you can't, there's no light.
I've got this torch.
No, I'll have to get the ladders out of the shed.
Oh, no worries. So where's the hatch? It's just in there.
It's just there.
You got lights in here?
No, I've no light.
We're gonna have to get it rewired then, aren't we?
Well, yeah, that's what it needs, but that's the whole point of getting me out, so all that can be covered up.
Right. Is that the smoke alarm? You have to check those smoke alarms because they often put cameras in them.
Oh, I know, it's alright, that is just a smoke alarm.
Yeah. If you need anything, let us know. We can try and rewire and everything. Get an electrician or something.
Well, all that needs deactivating.
I can go up and pull it all out. I can get a pair of scissors and go for it. I don't mind. Nothing worries
That
me.
might be a bit risky.
For you or me.
Well, for both of us. Because we don't, if it's linked up to the mains,
The telephone wire's only 9 volt,
yeah,
so that doesn't do anything.
no, but
But if I go up and video it all, then I can see what it is, and I can
Yes.
prove it,
yes.
that you're not delusional. Because
Well,
why would a wire go in the wall?
well, yeah. Why would it?
It makes no sense, because that cable's the old one.
That cable's the old telephone wire. That's proper
Goes
electric
all the way
cabling.
around here.
Yeah, it goes right round.
Yeah, it doesn't come out here, does it?
No, it just goes right round to this point here.
It doesn't make any sense.
No. Unless it was all for when I moved in, and I was not supposed to find out that they were wired.
They've made it look old as well. They're making it look like it's not been touched.
Yes.
They're ever so good at that. They must have put 20 layers of paint on it, make it look old.
Well, if you look here, I don't know if you can see. If you just sit down and look at that wall,
Yeah.
and look at this wall,
Yeah.
does anything strike you as odd?
The different levels.
It's not just that.
With that patch there.
Right, the patch. This is what I found they'd done. They rewired this,
Yes.
and I could not understand how I kept hearing next door at their sockets. They were testing to see if my power was on, because my power's been off most of every day.
Right.
Right, so they'd been rewiring this. There's definitely a device behind the fireplace, or there was. So when they were rewiring this,
Right.
they tore this strip of paper off so they could put a new wiring for the fire
Yeah.
and new wiring for here.
Mhm.
Right? They didn't want to do the whole wall, so they just tore that bit off. When they came to do this side, this plug, I think the paper fell off because it wasn't secured properly.
Yeah.
So they'd had to strip this wall, and that's why this wall is stripped,
Yeah.
because they couldn't just tear it right to come in a circle. But it comes in a
And that's for
circle.
your pipes.
Yes.
Right.
So it's all been, I mean, it was really risky.
Yes. Especially with what happened at your caravan.
Oh God, yeah.
And with your sister.
And my sister.
I know. Well, I'm here just to offer any help in any way, and I know you probably don't, with everything you've been through, you probably don't trust people,
Oh,
so I don't mind if you don't want me to help in any way.
Oh no, anything at all anybody can do. Anybody who gets pulled in by the police is a friend of mine.
Man, I came with me and all. I remember it clear as day. We know about your Carol stuff too.
Yeah.
And then that Colette Burns, you know, they got your solicitor for you.
Oh yes.
She didn't like me.
Well,
She's posting old articles about me trying to make me look bad.
well, I haven't had any contact with her for quite some time.
Don't trust her.
No, because the solicitor she got was
I don't have the virus. I checked my temperature. I'm fine.
yeah. I'm not worried. I thought if that doesn't get me, something else will.
Does that heat work?
Yes, this does.
Just have to show me. I just wondered if you need anything.
No, it gets quite warmed up. Put the heating on, but it's all
So you took the light bulbs out because it goes to next door?
yes.
So if you put a bulb in, it would work?
If I put a bulb in, it will probably work. I'm not saying it will do,
Yeah.
but it was all because all this side was wired up to 20 to 30,
Mm-hmm.
and all that bedroom wall and that side was wired up to 26.
Right. Well, if you want me to go up, I can film it up in your loft one time.
Because when I moved in, I couldn't understand it. The first thing I did was register for the electoral register.
Mm-hmm.
But when it came to voting, I wasn't allowed to vote. So I got in touch with the Electoral Commission and I said, I think they've taken my details off the electoral register.
Mm-hmm.
So the Electoral Commission got onto council and said, you better add this lady's details onto the list, which they did. And I knew I'd upset somebody that day because, you know, the harassment increases and there's more cars going up and down and they're all glaring at me. So I knew I'd upset somebody. I then found out I'd been here nearly a year, and I then found out they'd deleted all records of this bungalow. This bungalow didn't exist. Half of it was belonging to 30, this half, and the other half belonged to 26. So 28 effectively just didn't exist, and I disappeared within that. But because I found it out, I was punished for that as well. And then I found out about the TV in the loft being run from 26, so that I'd be charged with viewing without a licence.
Because you got no TV.
No.
You don't want one?
No. Well, I mean, I wasn't bothered at first, but then when they started all this messing about with aerials and whatnot, I just thought, right, well, if I don't have a TV, I can just say, I have no TV, end of story. And I invited the TV authorities to come down and have a look.
I don't have a licence.
You don't?
Don't watch the... If you only watch internet stuff, you don't need
yes,
one.
that's right, yes.
I won't give the BBC any money.
No.
I had this cough for weeks, I'm sorry. Oh.
Well, it's not the right sort of cough anyway,
No, it's not. It's not. I've had it for weeks. Don't go out anyway. I'm always involved doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, the trouble with me is I've been arrested so many times. 18 at the last count.
Sectioned how many times?
Well, this time was the nearest they've come to doing it legally. When I get the letter that says there was no warrant, that's when trouble starts.
Mm.
And that's when I think they'll try it again, and this time they might get a warrant.
I've got water.
Do you want some water?
No, I've
Juice
got some,
or...
I've remembered. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's not corona, I keep checking my temperature, I'm not ill.
No, it's the wrong sort of cough for that anyway.
I'm meant to have my tonsils removed because my tonsils and the ones behind your nose, I don't breathe properly because of
Oh,
it.
right, yeah.
So when I go to bed at night, I snore and it dries all my throat out and I keep getting colds all the time.
Yes.
But I should have had them, they phoned me the other day. This is weird. They phoned me and they said you've got 5 minutes to decide if you want your operation tomorrow. So I went rushed around, got ready, and then they phoned me back in the afternoon saying, no, we've cancelled it. Why?
Well,
Doesn't make any sense, does it?
no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
And they phoned from a withheld number, and then when I didn't answer, they phoned from a non-withheld number. They were adamant they wanted me in.
I don't like anything like that, because it sort of makes you think, what the hell's going on?
No. It's a different... The lady that spoke to me 3 times in the morning asking me if I wanted it wasn't the same person that spoke to me in the afternoon when it cancelled it. I don't get why she'd speak to me 3 times and
No, I wouldn't either. I'd be thinking there's something dodgy going on here. And it's not paranoia.
No.
It's
Just because you're
experience.
paranoid doesn't mean they aren't out to get you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. See, once I got involved with Tommy. Like he
Oh, yes.
went to a demo, and then life's never been the same.
No.
My ex-partner kicked me out. I was homeless for 6 weeks. I couldn't get on the housing register because I have a mental health team, and because they're in Staffordshire, not in Birmingham,
Yes.
I couldn't get on the housing register. So I'm
Right.
homeless for 6 weeks until my nan gave me the money to get a flat. And every time I do anything they don't like to do with Tommy or Melanie Shaw or you, they come round and have a go.
Yes.
But social services won't come to my house anymore because I've got cameras up
Ah,
and they
right.
won't be filmed.
No,
And I've got
that's
cameras
good.
in every room.
That's good. So, do you hear much about Melanie?
No, but Melanie's harder to help because she's on a 3741.
Yes.
So I've got cameras in every room, hallway, by my
Yeah.
car, and then my little dog, if it'll load. It will. Let me turn the lights on. I've got a smart house, you see. Living room ceiling. If it allows, there we go. The little dog sat there.
Oh.
A little chihuahua. You can't figure out what's going on. Elizabeth! You see him moving?
Yes, I can.
She hears you. Yeah. Got all the smart stuff. I think you shouldn't, but I do.
Yeah.
Don't trust. You shouldn't trust it though. But right. So, when do you want me to come back and help with scanning the paperwork or
You can
going
come
in the lab?
anytime you like. I mean, I don't, I don't want to impose on you.
No, I don't want to take over. Like, I know you've got your son now and your family.
Well, my family are very aware of being at risk if you do too much for me. They've been there, they've been through the mill, so they tend to, they do, you know, a certain amount, but I don't ask them to do much at all because I know they get punished.
Yeah.
Like my brother lives in fear of them. I mean, they started on my brother. It was 6th of May 2006 and I was in Holbeck Police Station with my sister on a matter where a solicitor had stolen £2,000 from me. And they'd given us an incident number, so we had to go over for an interview. That was absolutely fine until a police officer came out who was replacing the police officer I was supposed to be meeting, so immediately I thought there's something not right here. And this one, she wasn't talking about anything that we were there for. She kept talking about my file and the files matter and stuff she couldn't possibly have known about. I found out later she'd been a Lancashire police officer sent just to pretend that she was from Leeds, Holbeck Station. But in that meeting, she said, because I wasn't giving her anything that she wanted, she said, all this, pointing to my file, she said, will become meaningless if something was to happen to a close relative. And I said, oh, don't even start threatening me. Anyway, my sister was worried because she's a close relative. But they started on my brother. And, I mean, he nearly had a breakdown with it. They manufactured a car crime. They said he'd been seen throwing stuff at a car and damaging it. To the value of... It was just over the border for... I can't remember. There's a value, and if it's below a certain amount, they don't bother. And if it's a few pound over this particular amount, then that's when they start bothering. So the damage was said to be something like £2 over the amount where they would start bothering. And he was worried to death. And he got a solicitor at first who said, well, there's no evidence of anything. You know, they can't charge you with anything. But they did. And my brother was so upset and so worried about all that, he just paid up and said he just admitted anything they wanted. But he's never got over it.
No.